So this farming area requires you to be near endgame. That's when you should be farming anyways. So on this part of the map here, we have the excavation site. This should automatically show up for you, even if you haven't made it to this part of the map yet. So from the excavation site, we have a road here. This leads to the volcanic island camp. And from the volcanic island camp, we have another road that leads to the mountain base cave. From the mountain base cave, we have the campsite here. This is where the run starts. Now you want to be the warfare class because this class will give you EXP towards every class in the game. So it's a good way for maxing out your vocation. And also, you can equip different weapons on the warfare class and switch between them if you have rearmament. If you're already maxed out on vocation, you can always switch to the archer if you want more DPS, the pure archer. But you shouldn't really need more DPS anyways, because this is a very easy farm. The enemies don't take very long to kill. You also want the Medusan Bow equipped to get further EXP gain, along with the Ring of Ambition, which I believe boosts your EXP by an additional 50%. And I also believe the Medusan Bow gives you 4 times the EXP. From the campfire, deal with the spawn of enemies down below first. There will be one mage up top, but we're going to save him for last when we backtrack to the campsite for efficiency purposes. Once you've dealt with these enemies, you will now deal with the main power farm, which is the hobgoblin camp. There is a ton of goblins here. In the video, I've already been farming for a while, so that's why the goblins are all bunched together and spawn so close to this side. And if you gather the goblins and kill them all here, they will always spawn here, which makes getting EXP from them super fast. The total EXP that I got from this run was 50,758 in roughly 3 minutes and 53 seconds. By counting the time it took me to start at the camp, kill all the enemies, and run back to the camp and rest 3 times. I factored in that entire time. Now the runs won't always be this perfect because sometimes your camp gets attacked, and if it does get attacked you get more EXP from the enemies still, but it can potentially slow you down. And you may also choose to fight the big enemies, which will slow you down. But a good efficient run doing this can net you up to 786.7k EXP per hour. If you start at the camp, kill all the enemies, and run back to the camp and sleep 3 successful times. This is currently the fastest EXP per hour that I've found in the game. There are 3 large enemies that you can also encounter if you want to farm them for some gold. The golem especially is amazing for gold. I typically get 10 plus magic medals from him in 1 kill, which sell for 1,200 gold each, giving me 12,000 gold from the medals alone. You can also loot his body for more rare items that sell for a lot. The golem should respawn every 7 to 8 days at the campsite, if I'm not mistaken, but it needs more testing because the spawns can be kind of buggy sometimes. If you're finding a spawn to be buggy, then save and reload the game to reset the map once you've slept the minimum amount of days required for a respawn. The other 2 large enemies found here are the griffin. This is where a griffin spawns. The last large monster is either a minotaur or an ogre found in the cavern below, attached to the hobgoblin camp. When you're done farming, head to Batal and sell all of your loot and buy a fairy stone plus more camping gear from Hugo. If you release him from prison and did the quest to make him get a job as a shopkeeper already, he originally gives you a 5% discount, but if you give him gifts, he will up the discount to 10%. The quests that you need to complete are Off the Pilfered Path and Short-Sighted Ambition. That concludes this guide. Hopefully you found it useful, and thanks for watching.